Well, this is Carolyn Johnson. I am an independent Xango distributor, and I love our business. And I am really excited tonight. I don't want to take a lot of time with any other information except to tell you, and I'll repeat it again at the end, next Monday night we have Dr. Templeman coming on. You really aren't going to want to miss that, because tonight we're going to talk a little bit about one of our new products. As many of you know, and some may not, the company is launching a new line of products that we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, and I'm really excited to do that. I've asked a dear friend and co-worker with Xango, one that I've traveled the world with, met many years ago in Thailand, to join us, 200K Millionaire Club, Grace Dick. Are you there, Grace?
I am.
All
Can
right.
you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Whoa.
So, Grace, I know we've been talking a lot over the last couple of weeks about our new products. Really excited. So, Grace, if you could just kind of share some thoughts. One of the things that we all talk about is, okay, how do I find out about this type of product? If you've never worked with tinctures, it's a little bit different. Those of us that have been taking tinctures and understand the power of what they can do for us, but couple those with the juice, and it's a duo that cannot be missed by anybody. So we want to talk a little bit tonight about what's coming and how we go about preparing to share the story and start building with this great opportunity. And I always tell people this new opportunity for a raise that we've just received. Every time we get new products, we just get a raise. I love that. They're a lot bigger raises than what people get at their jobs typically. So, Grace, join us.
Well, Carolyn, first of all, I want to just thank you for organizing this call. I know that you hosted a call last week. It was a fantastic call with Aaron, and with all the excitement about PICS and the launch of this product, what a great time to just jump in. And you're right, Carolyn and I have been friends for many years because of Xango, but more so this last little bit, we've had a lot of conversations around this new product that's come to market, and wow, is there a lot of energy around this. And it kind of reminds me, actually, it's funny, I was thinking about 2004 when I first heard, or 2003 when I first heard about Xango juice. I didn't know how to say it then, Xango and Xango and whatever it was. Nobody really knew what was going on with that juice back in 2002 or 3. I guess for me it was 3 when I heard about it. And people just tried it and they loved it. They loved the results. And that's exactly how I'm feeling right now with PICS. Because I will be open with everyone on this call, I got a little tiny 5-day sample of one of the products that was launched, and that's all I've got to try. So Carolyn's had the privilege of trying some of these products. We've seen people posting on Facebook. I was talking with Sharon the other day, and she's loving them. And Brenda Cook out there's a lot of people that got to try this product. And I said to Carolyn, we got to strategize and get some marketing going on and some information. So Carolyn, I'm excited to be on this call, and I know that we want to focus on something specific because it's such a big issue for people. So why don't we jump right into it?
Yeah, next slide please. Thank you. We're going to talk tonight specifically about the slumber, because we do know that sleep is a huge issue, and Grace got the 5 days on it. I've had them for the last couple weeks. So Grace, let's and it is fun. I always love marketing ideas with Grace because she's quick and we have fun, and we're really excited about how much fun this is going to be. What about the name, PICS?
I couldn't believe the name. Put it in Xango.
Right, put it in Xango. It's perfect. He came up with Xango and he came up with PICS. We got to keep this man on.
Yeah,
really
it works out for everybody, but it's a really, really great name for marketing, and it's got the cool factor in it, and that's part of Xango. We are the cool company, and I love that, and I love that they've come up with that name. I also absolutely thrilled that we are going into this area of tinctures. Now, I know a lot of people are not familiar with tinctures. I had a luncheon here the other day, and only a couple of people have ever tried them. So I believe that we're going to have a really great niche in the marketplace. Carolyn, I don't know if your friends are like my friends, but I've been talking to a lot of people about this already, even though the launch officially isn't going to be for another couple of days here. But you know, I have a lot of people, and you probably do too, that are sick and tired of taking handfuls of pills every day and capsules and tablets. Is that true?
I can share. That's why I love the Pro line. That's why I love the Eris. And the sooner that they can get vitamins into a stick, I cannot be fast enough for me.
Well, I really did get to try this first product, and it was the Slumber product. And, you know, as I've been doing some research, and just really my research is personal friends and my circle, you know, how many people struggle with sleep that you could name right now on this phone call? You could probably put a list of just 5 people that you know who are always complaining either they're tired, they can't get enough sleep, they are awake half the night, they're trying every possible thing they can do to fall asleep. And I just see it all over. And I think one of the fastest or the biggest solutions that people go to, of course, we're all looking for a quick fix. And if you go on to that next slide, we'll find that quick fix that is being prescribed. Did we get the next slide?
Next slide. Thank you.
Thanks. So here's some stats that we pulled up. And Carolyn, you want to highlight those?
Sure. You know, and it is so true because I've been asking people. I talked to a neighbor today. She can't wait to try them. 20 to 40% of all adults have insomnia of some kind. I have a son-in-law that just cannot sleep. So I took a bottle over to him yesterday. I'm anxious to talk to him to see how it works. But, you know, that's 20 to 40%. That's a lot of people. And 1 out of 3 have insomnia at some point in their lives. You know, and they may be going through a stressful time. They may be excited about getting married. They can't sleep. They may be less excited about a divorce, a child, a job. It just could be any number of things that cause us to have stress. And for those of you, and I'm one of them, that have woke up with that pit in your stomach, it's just not a good sleep. It's not a good feeling, and you just never really get into good sleep. And over 70 million people in America, that is almost a third of America, because we have 300 million people in America, and 70 million suffer from some kind of a disorder for sleeping. That's amazing. And of those people that don't sleep, 60% of them have chronic disorder. That is a super sad stat. I'm telling you, it's like, where are we going with all of this? So I love what the company is doing. Next slide, please. Go ahead, Grace.
Well, and I think this is the sadder part for me, Carolyn, because this is the conversation that we end up having with a lot of people. You know, they finally resort to over-the-counter or doctor-suggested medication. And, of course, if you get to the next slide, this is kind of, you know, the benefits of taking a sleeping pill just knock you out cold. But here's those side effects. And I know with Dr. Templeman coming on next week, he'll probably give us a little bit more of this. But I won't go through all of these. You can read them. But these are just some of the things that I've never taken a sleeping pill. I know other people have. But these are some of the side effects that people have. But the one thing I know about sleeping pills is that they were originally designed for 2-week use only. When they came to the market back in the 60s, late 50s, they were designed for 2-week use. And I know people personally have been on them for 10, 12, and 14 years. And they have tried a lot of alternative things, by the way. They've tried different things on the marketplace, but I am telling you, they've never got to try PICS. So let's go to the next slide here. You know, Xango, again, is always a little bit cutting edge, and so they get into a world where I believe Joe and Gordon and Beverly particularly are extremely passionate about and have the knowledge, but more so the personal experience of using products like these tinctures are. I was going to say they could start their own company, but they already have, making tinctures. And of course, with herbal alchemy, the whole thing about bringing those herbs and helping them absorb into the bloodstream as quickly as they do in these drops really has become a game changer. Even in the last 2 weeks since Las Vegas, we keep hearing the stories. So Xango, the Xango juice, of course, is our foundation. Everything about that Xango juice in the 14 years that we've all been using it, or the company's been out, and certainly the science behind it is already a proven product in the marketplace, not only in our industry, but from a global perspective. There is many, many, many research papers and scientists that are experimenting, but also using the benefits of the power of those xanthones. So here we have the opportunity to bring these picks or these tinctures to the market. And of course, an extract. People want to know what an extract is. Here's just some highlights. And Carolyn, maybe you can talk a little bit about this. I know that you've actually had quite a shelf of extracts at one point. So maybe tell us a little bit about how you take them and the convenience.
Yeah, I actually have been taking tinctures for probably 4 or 5 years now. I take them because I work with a doctor that has been using tinctures and alternatives for the last 40 plus years. And plus I have a friend here in Arizona that makes tinctures. The one thing I will tell you is tinctures don't generally taste good, and sometimes you can dilute them according to their instructions, a little bit of water, but they generally want you to take them alone. And the reason for that is it gets directly into your bloodstream. The tinctures get into your system very quickly, so consequently your time for them to actually take effect can be as little as 10 or 15 minutes. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But what I love about these is because of the xanthones and the ingredients in the juice, the reaction and the blending of the tinctures in the juice is twice as potent. So there are people that will choose probably to take the tinctures in water or maybe put them in some other kind of juice. But I have tried it both ways over the last couple of weeks, just trying to find out one from the other. And there is no question about the difference in taking them in the juice. So I love that because I love the juice. We take it anyway. But they are easy to take, and they're very quick working. They're very, very concentrated. And, it's a growing market. It's kind of like oils. Not many people were familiar with the oil industry 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I think we even kind of chuckled at companies getting into the oil business. And now I feel bad. I told Grace earlier, I feel bad because of the number of people over the years that have given me packages of oils that I never used because I didn't understand them until actually Beverly explained them when we had some oils of our own. And now the oil business is commonplace, and everybody knows about oils. And there are a couple of oil companies that have really hung in there and educated people on oils and are becoming substantial companies. And I truly believe that tinctures is where oils were 5 or 6 years ago. Some people knew about them, not many, but I believe that with proper education, I believe that Xango will be to tinctures what companies like doTERRA and Young Living have become to oils. And because these tinctures are so powerful, and I would say much more powerful and quick acting even than the oils are. So tinctures, I'm excited that we've jumped into this market because there's a huge need for this. I don't even have a primary doctor. I mean, I had to put one down because I had to have one on my insurance. But my doctor that works with me on tinctures has kept me from having to go to a doctor in many, many years. So I do.
Well, Carolyn, I just want to add to that by saying Xango has produced a really great PDF that came out last week. If you haven't received it, I recommend that you contact your upline and make sure you get the PDF on the picks, because in it you will get all the ingredients. you'll get a little bit more of the FAQs that are out there. But a couple of things I want to add before we get on to our next slide here. People are asking, how much will I take? How do I take it? If you're not familiar with it, it comes in a little glass bottle with a dropper, and you're going to be able to take a dropper full or a half a dropper full or 2 dropper fulls, whatever that looks like. Always put it in your Xango. When you take it, make sure that you are really listening to your body. And this is a big piece that I want to really promote tonight is I asked my group here the other day that was out, and I said, there's 4 tinctures on the market. So if you're new to understanding and you're just dialed in and what is going on at Xango, there's 4 of them. There's the Slumber, the Genius, which is basically helps with brain health and promotion of that. And then there's Calm, which is for people that are maybe over anxious or dealing with a lot of stress. And then there's Digestion. So the PDF file that you can get is going to be very, very helpful for you. But the ingredients they put into the Slumber are much more concentrated than I've ever seen or felt, because this is the one I got to try. And I will tell you that the first night I took them, Carolyn, and I want to hear your testimony, but I took a full dropper full, and I relaxed and I went to sleep, and it was okay. But I realized after talking with Beverly, and she said, if you've used a lot of health products and supplements, you may need a little more than 1 dropper full. So I took 2 dropper fulls, and I'm telling you that I barely made it up to my room that night to go to sleep because I was so, and I wasn't groggy. I was just like, I got to go to bed right now. I'm done. And I had such a great sleep. And, of course, that was my last night of getting them. So, Carolyn, why don't you share your story about the Slumber drops that you've been using? Because I know sleep hasn't been a big issue for you, not like some people, but I think it's kind of an interesting little story here.
Yeah, I started taking them the first night in Las Vegas, and of course that probably wasn't a really good test because I'd been driving since 4 in the morning. It was a long day. And anytime you're at an event, you get all hyper and excited, and lots is going on. But since I've been home from Vegas, I have taken them a couple of different ways. And I happen to be one of those people that I don't even remember when the last time in my life that I have gone to bed without the TV on. I mean, I'm one that can sleep through the TV, the light, everything. Nothing bothers me once I go to sleep. And I don't have a real difficult time in going to sleep. But what I have found is that I get up, take the drops, go put on my pajamas, crawl in bed, and don't even have time to turn and see what it is I want on the TV to go to sleep to. And last night I decided to take the big plunge and got up around 10:30, went in, took my drops, went in, put my pajamas on, crawled in bed with my TV clicker clenched in my hand, determined to try to go to sleep without turning the TV on, but I wasn't going to let the clicker get too far away because if I couldn't go to sleep, I'd turn it on. And the next thing I knew, it was 4:30 in the morning, and I was still holding the TV clicker in the same position. And I looked at the clock, and it was 4:30, and I looked at the TV clicker in my hand and laid it over beside me and went back to sleep for another hour or so. But I will tell you, I did not move from about 10:45 till about 4:30 this morning. So I love the quick reaction. I know the instructions will kind of tell you to take them an hour or so before, but I would tell you more, don't take them till you're ready to go to bed. That's how I feel, because they work so quickly. And when you go to bed, be prepared to lay down, get comfortable, and just relax for 5 or 10 minutes and let it happen, because it is a powerful product. Powerful.
Wow. Well, I'm excited to try it.
Real quick, I'll tell you, I was talking to Collie earlier, and we were laughing because she was on her couch, and I don't know, they were watching something on TV, and she had taken her drops, and something happened to the TV. All their power went out or something. And the next thing she knew, she woke up on the couch, and she thought, where am I? How did I get here? But the minute the TV went off and it got quiet, she immediately went to sleep. So it's exciting to hear what it's doing for people.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the marketing ideas that we kind of have strategized on. And again, those ingredients are powerful. You're going to learn more about them. Dr. Templeman will be sharing on many webinars and calls, and it'll be important for you to get on, but more so to get your teams on. So let's go to the next slide, please.
I think the next couple of slides are just about the ingredients.
Let's keep going here.
Dr. Templeman says, look up the ingredients because it'll be a lot more effective if you read about them too.
That's very true. That's very true. I want to get into some marketing pieces here. So let's go one more. On one more there should be. So this is kind of what I think we can do at Xango, and there's a couple of things we can do specifically with the slumber one. If you have a Fitbit or your friends have a Fitbit, everybody that owns a Fitbit has a sleep monitor on it. They can track their sleep. So I recommend that if you know people that have that kind of a Fitbit or something that tracks sleep, ask them to start tracking their sleep. I saw some posts on Facebook already of people that are tracking their sleep and the difference it makes. And you can actually go back over a month or two and see the difference. So make sure you utilize that piece of it. Also, the online social media. Share your stories. Share your excitement about this product. It's going to be a big product for all of us. Excuse me. And then also think about how you're going to promote this because it works better with the juice. So we put a couple of ideas together here where you can order a case of juice and your picks and get your 200 PV in. Oh, I'm going to start coughing, Carolyn. Sorry. The other part is if you just have people that want to say try 2 bottles of juice, so 2 bottles of juice with a picks pack, it gets them into trying the juice and the picks. And I highly recommend, again, an ounce at least of Xango juice with your product. And this is a product that you're going to be able to customize. So if you have people or friends or customers or distributors that maybe have digestive issues, they might just want to try it with the juice for their digestion. Maybe they have no problem sleeping. Like my husband, he doesn't have any issues sleeping. He won't need that product. It'll be more for me. So you'll be able to customize or make designer Xango, as my sister Patty says. Let's design it. Or take your singles, and I love this. Amanda gave me this idea. Buy a box of singles, take some singles with you in your purse, and when you go out for lunch or out with your friends, or in Amanda's case as a young mom, and all those moms have, a lot of them have issues sleeping, you're going to be able to give them a shot of Xango and a shot of picks right there wherever you are. So think about how you're going to market it. Now, for a lot of you who have teams, business teams, people that were part of Xango maybe last year or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you want to share that story with them. So how are you going to share the story about picks? And the question I have is like, have you just heard what happened at Xango? It's so exciting because you're going to be able to take them through the Xango story, which they already know, and then tell them about picks and how they're going to want to get this product. Carolyn, I think the company did a great job of the price point on this product. I'm very happy about the price point on this product. It's $25 for one of those bottles. And to get a bottle, I've tried tinctures that are not effective at all because they're not concentrated the way Xango's done it. So I'm really excited because I think the price point is very affordable. And I want you to think about also what's the first Picks product after seeing and learning. Write down what's the first Picks product that you want to try. Maybe you can even just text that in the text box. What's the one that's going to be the most interesting for you to try? And let's see how many people are going to try what product and what stories we can get out of all of the people that are going to be trying this product in the next, when's it coming out, Carolyn? Can you tell us a little bit more?
2 weeks. It should be coming out a week or so, probably the last week of June, maybe a little bit sooner, but just to get a little bit into the other products, not too much. But for those of you that have, like, say, stomach issues, which I have problems with a lot of food that I eat, and Joe has problems, and so he takes his drops first thing in the morning. I have tried it both ways. I have tried waiting till I eat something that actually upsets my stomach, and then I take them, and within 5 or 6 minutes, there is no more discomfort. And I have tried taking them 10 or 15 minutes before I eat, and then I don't ever get the discomfort. So I'll take something that I know is going to bother me, and I've tried it both ways. So the digestion is great. My 11-year-old granddaughter deals with stomach aches quite a bit, and so I have given them, they've got theirs, and she will be taking just one dropper, and, you know, a dropper only fills halfway. So for her, half a dropper full is all she's going to need. So that's great. And then the Calm, for those of us, I don't tend to get a lot of stress. I don't know why that is, but I don't tend to get a lot of anxiety, but I know people that do, so I'm very excited for them to try it. And then, of course, for the Genius side of it, it works in the same areas of the brain that early on dementia and Alzheimer's does. So it's kind of interesting to talk to Dr. Templeman. He says we all know we're going down this slope, and he said it's kind of like throwing sand on the slope and slowing us down when it comes to some of those things. But also for people that deal with brain fog. I'm very excited for some people that I know that deal with that issue due to several different reasons to get on it. So each one of them has a great purpose. You'll read about it. They're actually available to look at. The company has sent them out. And so it will be fun.
I want to add, Carolyn, to the Genius. I was talking with Anton, and he said he puts Genius in his Limitless and gets even a better brain boost. So there's a lot of places and a lot of ways, and I am telling you guys, as we hear the stories, the powerful part about our business is stories, and that's what we're going to monitor in the next couple of weeks here. As everybody starts getting this product, we got to share those stories, and I'm looking forward to that. So, Carolyn, I can see our time is gone. Really excited to be on this call, but more excited to try these products. I want to crawl across cut glass to find them somewhere. And I love, look at all the posts that people are putting in here. Genius, Slumber, Genius, all of them. It'll be fun. And everybody that's on this call, make sure that you get your orders in, but I recommend buying 2 right away, at least 2, because you're going to have one in your home, and the second one you're going to be carrying with you for people to try. So, Carolyn, I think you're going to wrap it up here with what else you have.
Yes, I am. So here you can see again, here's the reminder for next Monday. We'll be getting a flyer out on that in the next few days for Dr. Templeman. So make sure that you don't miss that call. Next slide, please. And then we do want to remind you all of the Faveo line. There's, if those of you that love the Faveo, I know I stocked up on the items I use a lot of, so I've got a good year's supply of everything until something new comes along, but don't forget that. And then, of course, the Eris, new pricing on the Eris. I love this product. The cream and the drink are the 2 that I use every single day. Both of them, I take 2 Eris packs a day as well as use the cream a couple times a day. So those are great products, you guys. Don't forget them. Get them ordered. Take advantage of the new pricing. Don't forget to check your status on the Paradise trip. I have a couple people I've been talking to that know exactly what they have left to do to qualify. And I'll tell you, this is the easiest contest I've ever seen. Bless Xango. I mean, it's an amazing contest. So don't forget that. And then again, don't forget about Karen Luna over at Xango. She is there to help any distributor. Doesn't make any difference whose organization you're in. If your upline doesn't have time, and for people that know me, they know that this isn't my strength. She loves teaching people how to use the back office, the Xango Builder, ranking, compensation, the whole thing. Please contact her. She's there to help you. Karen.luna@xango.com. And then, you guys, let's have the best month ever. Let's challenge each other to see how much of these new drops that you can move and add to your next month's commission, knowing that these people that try these drops are going to love them. Love them. Grace, thank you for joining us tonight. It's been fun. I love working together, and I look forward to lots of great marketing ideas with you and the other leaders as we spend the next couple of weeks coming up with some great stuff. Everybody, have a blessed week. Thank you for joining us. God bless. Good night.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Thanks, Carolyn.